Guys, welcome to the Manchester United versus Bournemouth live preview. Oh wow, my left eye is really red. But anyway, just to let you know before you notice that I do have a bit of a cough, so that's probably why it is a bit red. But let's get into the preview, shall we? So, obviously, our last result, very disappointing indeed. If you want to go check out my review of that result, it'll be in the link. No, not in the link in the description, but it'll be on my channel if you want to go check that out. But today, we're going to be doing the Manchester United versus Bournemouth preview. Please do get your thoughts and opinions in the live chat for this, and I'll be reading all them out for you guys on stream. And yeah, hopefully you guys can get involved. Also, please do leave a like if you haven't already. That'd be absolutely fantastic. And subscribe to the channel if you're new. Welcome Tubes, welcome Asian Gamer. Obviously this is on my phone, so there's no kind of fancy graphics or anything like that. I do apologise with that. We are having a few technical issues with the laptop, but it'll definitely be back for the preview of this game. I've seen your little icon there, mate. It actually looks quite nice, Asian Gamer. But yeah, Chelsea winning, says Tubes. Yeah, I mean that's not ideal. I believe Chelsea are, I think, is it 3 points behind us? So if they win and we lose tomorrow, it could actually mean that we're level on points with them, which is not good. And the sorry. With all the teams around us playing, we need to make sure we keep winning games, because obviously, it will start to get very tight at the top of the table, and we don't want that to happen whatsoever, because the pressure starts coming, and when the pressure starts coming, are the players going to be able to cope with it? That's the question. But we need to bounce back after that performance. We need to give the fans something. We need to give the fans, a great performance against Bournemouth. To show them that they do have heart, they do have spirit, and a win against Bournemouth would help that. And I think it would give something back to the fans who went to the City game and didn't get the performance that they hoped for. And also I'll be going through my live team and things like that as well. So please do stay with me for that, and get your thoughts on what the team should be and who should be dropped or who should be put into the team in your opinion. Well, a lot to get through, so I'm going to get straight into it. Obviously Bournemouth not doing too well this season under Eddie Howe, who is an underrated manager in my opinion. But I think they're not doing as well. They're down by the relegation zone somewhere, so they're not doing as well as they did in the previous few seasons, where you could say they probably overachieved for a squad of their size and their quality. But I mean, on the whole, they've got some decent players who could potentially cause us damage. They could also, set up against us to kind of hurt us in a way which they could defend, which, when a team comes to Old Trafford, they usually tend to, set up and try and get a result instead of 3 points. But, that's to be expected, because, we are a great team at home. I mean, obviously not against City, but, we are a good team at home. We've scored quite a few goals this season against the lower league opposition. So, we just need to... We need to prove a point. We need to get back on this winning streak. Don't let that City game, stop us, because we cannot afford to get even more points behind. I think, a 14-point gap might be the end. I think 11-point gap, you can just about, hold on to it. But apart from that, anything above that, and it's getting a bit ridiculous if you think we're still going to win the league. So I think 11 points. We can still claw that back, hopefully, but if we do drop more points to City and the gap becomes even bigger, then I think that will be game over. But Welcome, Little Lee, by the way. Welcome to the stream. Champions League review. Yeah, unfortunately, guys, I do apologise. I forgot to do a Champions League review. Champions League review today on the CSK Moscow game. And I was just going to sum it up. I thought, obviously going goal down wasn't great. And, going 1-0 down in the first half wasn't great, but we brought it back in the second half, and it was good that Lukaku got the goal. The review of the draw. Obviously, we got Sevilla in the draw. I'd like to hear what you guys have to say on that as well. I think it's a decent draw. I think it's a draw that we can definitely win. It's a draw which, could potentially go two ways. Sevilla are not a bad side, although what I've heard of them, they're not as competitive as they were a few years ago. But they have done things to teams like Liverpool. Obviously that drawing 3-3. They're no slouch team. We cannot take them lightly. So hopefully we can go through to the quarterfinals. And I think when I asked a lot of you guys watching, when at the start of the season where you'd like to finish in the Champions League, a lot of you guys said quarterfinals. So hopefully we can get into that quarterfinal spot and really push on from there. But coming back to the game, the Bournemouth game, it's gonna be, it could be an easy game, could be a difficult game, and I think in some ways it might be a bit difficult considering the players might be a bit dejected from the Man City game, but we need to make sure our heads don't drop. Obviously City came and beat us at our own perch. It's not good at all. Welcome, Cars, by the way. Thanks for subscribing, my friend. Really do appreciate it. But I just, we can't let our heads drop. We need to go out there and put in a great performance and make sure we don't drop any more points. City have got a few, difficult games coming up. Obviously, they've got Spurs coming up, which hopefully they can do us a favour, and also Swansea in midweek tomorrow, I think. So, it could. We never know. We never know. In this league, it can change like a flash. Tube saying in his lineup: De Gea, Valencia, Jones, Lindelof, Shaw, Matic, Herrera, Lingard, Young, Martial, Mkhitaryan. Mkhitaryan back for Tubes. Very, very interesting there. I actually kind of back that in a way, and you'll see that when I give you my 11. But I actually think that putting Mkhitaryan back into the team now might be a good thing because he's been out of the team and we've lost and we've not been playing at that well. But having Mkhitaryan back in the team, it means he'll give him a chance to prove what he can do. And when you give players a chance to prove themselves, you can tell the good ones from the bad ones, because the good ones will step up and do it, and the bad ones will just not take the opportunity. So I think it's good to give Mkhitaryan an opportunity there. Chiefs' bench: Rojo, Fellaini, Mata, Rashford, Lukaku. Carl says Man United is the best, even though we lost against Man City, but I think it was expected. I think, it's in some ways I thought I would agree with you, mate. I thought it was kind of expected because if you look at both sides, Man City were the far superior side. Obviously we didn't have Pogba, but we can't use that as an excuse. But I think in some ways it was expected. In some ways it was a bit disappointing because I don't think City really the best City performance turned up there. I don't think they played at their best, and usually teams get blown away by City playing at their best, but I don't think that happened. I think we made our own mistakes and we made our own downfall, really, which was just the infuriating thing. But if you want to see more of my opinion on the game, go to the Man City, go to the Man City review on my channel. It'll be up on my channel. If you want to go see Asian Gamers Banner, pay $2.50 for it. Nice. Go check his channel out. Tube says Lukaku should be dropped. It's only fair. I think, I think we need to take Lukaku out of the firing line. I think it has been too long. And I think it might help him because, he's got all this pressure of having to start practically every game. But I think possibly taking him out on the firing line might help him. You could argue it might knock his confidence because, taking him out, taking him out of the team, he might feel, I've only been taken out because I've been playing terrible. But actually, maybe taking him out, just Jose, putting an arm around him and saying, look, pal, maybe it's a bit of time, took a bit off, took the pressure off him and said, come back when you're ready and stick him back in a few games' time. And hopefully he'll be back to his best, wanting to prove something and wanting to play for the shirts. But yeah, Chief says, Chief says Delph made 2 mistakes, Rashford scored 1, but had the second one saved. Yeah, I know, it is annoying. We could, if we capitalise on those mistakes, and in these big games, you need to do that. If you don't do that, then you won't win these games because and that's the truth. Because those sort of opportunities don't come along that often in these big games, so you can't just pass them up easily. Carl says Lukaku's not playing that good. I think he's not really at the moment, not on his scoring best, and certainly not worth £75 million. But I'm still going to back him as a player at Manchester United. I don't think he should be sold or anything. I just think that we should continue. We should continue to support him, but possibly possibly we should just leave him on the bench for a bit. In the first half, there was only one significant City chance, the Sane shot. Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. It's ridiculous. Like, all the pundits saying, oh yeah, City dominated. Well, they dominated possession, but they didn't actually have that many clear-cut chances, especially not in that first half. And they didn't actually really trouble De Gea that much. So, saying that they absolutely dominated the game is, not a really fair assessment. I think if we had Pogba in that team, and if we take our chances, we could have won by possibly 2 goals. I'm not sure. But, the City that turned up, they should be lucky that we messed up. Because if we didn't mess up, then the result might have been different. But obviously, you can't dwindle on that sort of facts. The fact is, City came to our patch and beat us, and we have to suck that up. We have to accept defeat because ultimately we deserve to lose after the mistakes we made. Chiefs makes a point about Lukaku needs a partner. Now, I was thinking this, and I thought him and Martial should play up front as the front 2. I think that would work because it worked against teams like Watford and teams like Watford, and I thought coming into this game the systems that we were playing were doing really, really well, and I don't understand why we changed it. I've seen a few of the comments under the one I've seen a few of the comments under the Man City review, and I see what you guys have to say. But I just think, I just didn't think we had to change because, why change a system that's already working? I feel that we played so well against Arsenal, we played so well against Watford, and I don't know. But there you go, guys. But yeah, coming into this game, I'm going to give you my lineup now for the Bournemouth game, getting back onto that. So on goal, I'm going to go David De Gea. If we switch back to this 4 at the back, then I'm going to go with Valencia, Lindelof, Smalling, and Luke Shaw. And then the 2 of Matic and Herrera, I think. And then the 3, I think, Martial, Mkhitaryan, and I don't know. Martial. Actually, no. Martial up front, Rashford on the left, Mkhitaryan in the middle, and Lingard on the right, and obviously Martial up front. Just to run you through that, David De Gea in goal. Valencia, Valencia, Lindelof, Smalling and Shaw. Two central midfielders of Matic and Herrera. Left mid Martial, Cam, Mkhitaryan, and right mid Lingard. Up front Martial. I think that'd be a decent side. I think they'll be able to take down Bournemouth and hopefully, put in a decent performance. Also, guys, now I want to hear your score predictions. Get them in the live chat. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. Asian Gamer says the only reason I give half a shit is because it's a Premier League game. Yeah. It's interesting. I mean, obviously it wouldn't have... if it was like a Capital One Cup game, I would be doing a watch-along for the game, actually. But no. I know what you mean. Midweek games can be a bit of a drag, but at least it gives you something to do during, obviously, like the school week and all that kind of stuff. It gives you a bit of a kick, knowing that Manchester United is playing your beloved club, Manchester United. The thing is that if we win and City lose, does that mean the title's back on again? Because obviously with an 8-point gap, a lot of people saying, that we can still do it. But now with an 11-point gap, people are saying that we can't. Does that mean that if City lose tomorrow, which probably won't happen, and we win, will that mean that, we will, the title's back on? Welcome, ManUnitedMax. Welcome to the stream, pal. How you doing? Thank you very much for joining the stream. If you haven't already, go check his channel out. It'll be in the description of the live stream. So go and check it out. Very, very good guy. I'd love to hear what you guys have to think on the game. Any score predictions or anything like that. I'm going to go with a score prediction right now. I'm going to go with 3-0 to Manchester United, I think. Hopefully we will bounce back. Maybe putting in some players who didn't play against City might help because they won't have the kind of thought lingering over them that we lost to City. So hopefully that might help if we put in some players who didn't play. Hopefully, if Lukaku does play, he can get back on the kind of scoring trail, get back on form. Welcome Ryan, welcome to the stream. And then I think Martial will score, and I think Rashford will score as well because he's been doing very well in the scoring. On the score sheet. Tube says 7-0. Wow, that'd be a great scoreline if that happened. ManUnitedMax says 5-0. We will go in and play differently. Yeah, I do agree with you there, mate. I do agree that we will go in there and play differently to what we did against City, and hopefully give Tubes give Manchester United a very, very solid performance, and Tubes, I guess. But there you go. Tube says Martial 2, Mkhitaryan 1, Young 1, Ibrahimovic 1, Lukaku 1 and Shaw 1. Goals all around the pitch. That'd be great. I'd love that. Welcome Alex Burke. Welcome to the stream, my friend. He goes 4-0 to the mighty Red Devils. That'd be a good scoreline. Good to get a big win after the Man City game as well. That'd be good. But also another 4-0 because we keep scoring more than 4 goals against the smaller teams. And last season also we need to get a bit of revenge for what happened last season. Obviously Tyrone Mings stamping on Ibrahimovic's head, and all that kind of jazz that went on there. But hopefully we can get a bit of revenge and beat them into the ground, as Tubes was suggesting. Lukaku needs to get 2+ goals just so he gets his confidence back. I do agree. I think he is a confidence player. It's very clear to see. And, he hasn't actually scored... I mean, obviously the first game of the season, I think, was the only time he scored 2+ goals in a game for us this season. So yeah, I think he does need to have a game where he scores 2, or maybe get his first Manchester United hat-trick. That'd be good as well. Because, he hasn't got a hat-trick for us yet, and I think it'd be good if he did get one, and hopefully, it'd be decent. It'd be decent if he could do that, and hopefully feed off the confidence. Ryan said, I think it's going to be an uncomfortable night against Bournemouth. we're going to be on low on confidence, but we need to win. I think that is true, and that's a good point to bear in mind. I think, you know, the team, you know, will have felt the effects of losing in the derby, losing at Old Trafford as well. So that's why I think that, you know, we need some players in there who didn't play against City, maybe a Mkhitaryan, just so, you know, we've got some players who have a point to prove and want to do the very, very best. Ryan goes with a 2-1 to Manchester United. Yeah, I think that's a reasonable yeah, I do think that is a reasonable prediction there, Ryan. Alex says, where's George recently? He has been on the channel recently. Obviously, he's not here today. I don't know where he's gone, but there you go. I don't know about George, to be honest. ManUnitedMax says Rashford to start as striker. I mean, in my lineup, I put Martial to start as striker, but yeah, Rashford is also, you know, a good shout, and I think he would provide a lot to that role. You know, running at a very dodgy Bournemouth defence who have lain quite a lot this season. So, you know, I think that is a shout, to be honest. Alex says Marcus is the law. Oh yeah, I got signed out there. You know, as I say that, Beck Howell joins the stream. Thanks for joining, Beck. Appreciate it. First moderator, by the way, if you didn't know, shout out. But yeah, thanks for joining the stream. Tube says I'd start Martial as CF and Young and Mickey as wing. I think that'd be a good shout. I think that would be a good shout. Any sort of changes from City would be a good shout for me. Welcome, Daryl. Welcome to the stream. How are we all doing? A lot of you guys joining. Really appreciate it. Please do keep liking the stream if you haven't already. Let's try and hit 10 likes. That'd be absolutely amazing. Asian says, fucking legend for Man United, but fucking idiot against us now. Who did he say that about? Mark Hughes for Stoke. That's who. Yeah, I know. You know, he's not, he really isn't, you know, doing himself any favours at Stoke. You know, the only big team that he's beaten is us this season, so it is ridiculous. Derek's not here, mate. Derek is not here at the moment. Beck, fish fingers. Yeah, tell you what, guys. 10 likes and I'll do fish fingers for you, alright? If you don't know what that is, you'll find out. You will find out if we hit 10 likes, so get liking. But there you go. Dal says 2-0 win for United. Solid 2-0 win. Burnley goal against Stoke City. I think that is for Burnley. And apparently it is amazing because if Burnley win this game, then they actually go into the top 4, which is absolutely mad when you think about it. Ashley Barnes, 89th minute. Oh, an 89th minute winner. Because if they do win this game, they go into the top 4. That is a huge, huge win. Romero, Rojo, Lindelof, Valencia, Shaw, Herrera, Matic, Fellaini if he's back, Herrera, Martial, Mata, Martial, Rashford, Mkhitaryan in the lineup from ManUnitedMax himself. Yeah, no, that'd be a solid lineup. I'd go with that. Obviously, having Mkhitaryan in the team, Mata in the team, that's also a decent shout as well. And Rojo as well is an interesting choice. 4-3-3 from Max there, very, very solid. Ryan said Chelsea will be behind us on goal difference tonight, and that's why we need to win. You know, we can't afford to slip up tomorrow. We can't, because you know if we do slip up, it could get messy. It really could get messy. It could get tight, and you don't want it to be that tight at Christmas time, especially when we are at risk of dropping points, and every team is at risk of dropping points at Christmas time. And in these midweek games, you never know. So, you know, Chelsea have won, fair play to them, and we need to make sure we keep that gap at 3 points. Ryan says he thinks Rashford will start and score. I think, yeah, he has, every time he has been playing for Manchester United this season. I think he's given 110%. And, obviously scored against Man City, was able to capitalise on that mistake from Fabian Delph, unlike some people. But there we go. We don't talk about that. Dortmund won, apparently. Oh, goodness me. ManUnitedMax says, I think we can bring it down to 3 points away from City, and then we'll just fall just how we finish the season. That is a very, very optimistic prediction. I think you do need to be optimistic in these sort of times of, trouble and turmoil in Manchester United. We need to band together because this is not over. I'm telling you right now, this is not over. Any fan who thinks this is over, to me, is a bit delusional, because 11 points is a big gap, but it's not an unassailable lead. For me, if the gap gets any bigger, then we're talking about unassailable leads. But it's not over at the moment. 11 points can easily go down to 8, can easily go down to 5 points. And it can easily go down. City are doing so well this season, but, we have a team as well. And we can really, we can go out and win this game. And we can go out and win we can win the league. I understand people's frustrations saying that we can't, but we definitely can still win this. And what's the point if you can't believe what is the point? Because I don't understand. What is the point in thinking that we can't win it? What is the point? You're basically accepting defeat already. We shouldn't be doing this. We should be going at it, and I'm sure Jose Mourinho will be getting the players drilled and knows that we can't, that we can still win this league. I think Jose Mourinho knows that, and the players know that. If you heard Paul Pogba, he said, what's the point in playing? If I thought we couldn't win the league, there'd be no point in playing. So, yeah. ManUnitedMax says we have to win easily against small teams. Yeah, that is true. Unlike last season, we're actually doing that this season. Ryan says, if City keep this lead to the end of January, it's over. Yeah, that is true. Welcome, Zach, from Zach's FootyWorld. If you haven't already checked him out, go check him out. Link will be in the description down below. He also did a review of the C game, and I think he did a preview of this game as well. But yeah, go check him out. Another one of the channels in the description down below. Dal says he can't see Spurs winning. Yeah, they're not having a good patch at the moment, to be honest. That is true. But hopefully, they can step up against City. It's so annoying because City have had so many games where they've won it in the last minute. And, if they drew both those games, I think we could have actually, we could have actually closed the gap, which is so annoying. Please do leave a like if you haven't already, guys. Ryan says, what's the thoughts on the Champions League draw? Obviously, Sevilla getting Sevilla in the Champions League, if you guys didn't know. But yeah, as you say, Ryan, I'm happy with that. We could have got a lot worse. And there are some fantastic ties in there, like Asian Gamer said. There's some brilliant ties, which are going to be mouth-watering to watch. But I'm just happy that we're not in any of those ties, and we can sit back and watch them, because if we were in them, I wouldn't back us at the moment to be a big team. Sorry guys. Dal saying now that Sevilla isn't a good draw, and it could have been worse. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It could have been worse. It's not the best draw we could have had, but it's still a decent draw, I think. It still is a decent draw. And then Chelsea getting Barcelona, Spurs getting Juventus. Very, very interesting for the English clubs. First real big test, although Spurs have come out of a group with Dortmund and Real Madrid, so you never know with them. So yeah, I think they might actually, beat Juventus. Hopefully we do go through to the quarterfinals, and we come out and we can play one of these big teams. Hopefully someone like Roma in the quarterfinals, possibly get through to the semi-finals of the Champions League, and then from there, I don't care. It's anything. You know, anything can happen. I mean, if we get to the semi-finals, for me, we'd be in dreamland. We would be in dreamland if we got to the semi-finals. You know, I think, and in that semi-final, I would just ask that you know, I would just ask that, you know, we played our best, and, you know, we actually didn't get humiliated by a big team, and that would be all I ask, even if we went out in the semi-final stage. And imagine, ladies and gentlemen, if we got to the final of the Champions League. Obviously, you know, it's a long, long way away, and I'm not taking Sevilla or any other team for granted. You know, I'm not taking them for granted because they are a decent side. But if we do get through, and then we get a good draw in the quarters, you know, you never know. And then in the semis, you know, I mean, it's possible. For me, you know, I'm optimistic, but it is possible with the very, very lucky draws that we could get into the final of the Champions League. And would you guys be appeased with second or third place, a Champions League final, and an FA Cup? Would that appease you this season? I would love to hear what you guys have to say. For me, it probably would appease me. I would take it right now if you ask me. Yeah. Asian Games says if we get to the semi-finals, we just need a 3-game luck. If we get to the semis, we just need 3-game luck, maybe to get to pens, and De Gea will save all. Yeah, De Gea the wall will save all. Chief says quarterfinals in Champions League, I think. Yeah, no, I think yeah. I think the thing is, once you get into the quarterfinals, the draw could be very, very yeah, the draw could be very, very unfavourable to us. I mean, the thing is with the Champions League, and the thing is with knockout football is, you know, it's on the day, really. You know, you can, you know, if you put in good performances over the 2 legs, you know, you never know. You know, a small team could knock out a big team, so you never know with the Champions League. But alright guys, I'm going to end the stream here. It's been absolutely fantastic seeing all you guys watching the stream. I really do appreciate all the support for this. Bournemouth game is tomorrow, I think at 8 o'clock. Not televised, unfortunately, but, you know, please do, you know, watch it. And then I will be doing a review of the game. I'm not sure if it'll be tomorrow or if it'll be on Thursday, but you people have been absolutely wonderful. Thank you so much for joining. Once again, please do leave a like and subscribe for more videos on the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Come on, United, 3 points against Bournemouth. Let's do this.